Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show. My name is Jackson Lasher and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 7 of the JLash Show. So we were talking about the NFL because there was a lot happening on Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills lost to the Atlanta Falcons away, 14-24, which puts Buffalo 1-1 away, and the Falcons 2-1 at home. The record is 3-2 overall. So they are doing really well this season with Michael Penix Jr. He had some very good passes this year from what I saw. 250 passing yards, went 20-32 for passing and had 1 touchdowns. He's a good quarterback overall. He was pretty good in college. So I'm glad the Atlanta Falcons drafted him and gave him a chance. And the rest of his teammates did really, really well. Drake London did good on the catching end, so 158 receiving yards. He's wide receiver. He's doing really well. He had 1 touchdown. Overall, he did really well, actually. On the offensive side, yes, they did really good. Looked like Buffalo was going to win, though, towards the beginning of the game, and then their odds kind of just went down the hill from there. And then it looks like around the third quarter, little over halfway, it looks like Buffalo had a chance at coming back when they were at when the score was 14-21, and then it just pretty much didn't take a nosedive, but it went down from there, and that's the last thing you want to see is that going down. And but overall, Atlanta did good on the running and passing side. They also did really well on the defensive side. Had some good tackles. So that's really all you need. You need a good offensive core and you need a good defensive core. If you don't have any of those, then you have no chance of being a good team. You can pretty much just forget being a good team, because you need the offense and you need the defense. So if you don't have any of those, your hopes are pretty much crushed. And it looks like they've been working on it. So far so good. The Buffalo Bills are definitely really good, 4-2, but they're just they could be a little bit better, but there's not really much they can be better at. But they're doing okay with Josh Allen as of right now. The Philadelphia Eagles with their 37-17 or 14 loss to the New York Giants. That was a clown match, is what I pretty much would call it at that point. That really wasn't good, but that really wasn't on Monday Night Football. Another absolute thriller game was Chicago versus Washington. Chicago Bears versus Washington Commanders. They played at Washington, and the Chicago Bears came back. Like, if you were able to look at the odds, if you take a look, it looks like 3:14 left in the fourth. It looked like 78.4% of that chance was going to Washington. Looked like they were going to win it, and then it just took a nosedive on the Chicago side down to their side, and pretty much went up to 100 after they kicked that field goal last minute. When I say that was impressive, even for an away game. So that puts the Chicago Bears at 3-2, which is a very good record for them. They're doing really well as well, and the Washington Commanders are sitting right at 500 at 3-3, which they are 2-1 at home. So Chicago had 381 total yards. So they really fought on the offensive side of things. And then you had Washington, who had 329 total yards, which they did pretty good. So Washington turned the ball over 3 times, so their offense was definitely a little bit sloppy on that. They definitely need to do a little bit better, but I hope they don't do better because they are in the same division as the Eagles, and let's just hope the Eagles win because that was not a good loss for them. Meanwhile, they had Washington had 22 first downs, while Chicago had 19 first downs, which was actually really nice for them. let's see. They were Washington was 3-8 for third down, and Chicago was 3-10 for third down. So, not really much there. I mean, both of their defenses look to be doing really well, but the Chicago even still possessed the ball less than Washington, which tells you that Chicago really wanted to get the score. They were really serious of what they were thinking to do on offense. So I'm very happy for the Chicago Bears, and I'd much rather them win. Trust me. So that puts, well, even though they are 3-2, they are still dead last in their division, tied with Minnesota. So if the Eagles would win against the Minnesota Vikings, next game they play, that would put Minnesota, I think, in last place if Chicago would win. Green Bay is 3-1. They're doing pretty good. So they are 3-1-1. Excuse me. So I guess they tied once, which is very unfortunate. So, but Washington is now 3-3. They are still behind Philadelphia, New York being the last in their division. When I tell you that I'm still ticked off with that Eagles loss, I mean that was just sloppy ball handling. Even with Jalen Hurts, I mean that was a catastrophe. Like, he's supposed to be a good quarterback, and he's supposed to be like the quarterback of the ages for Philly, but he wasn't. And I mean, that's a little bit of a problem for me because, I mean, I don't want him to fizzle out for his next few years because he still definitely has some potential in him. I mean, he's still young. I think he can still throw the ball and still do everything perfectly fine. It's just he really needs to focus on himself. I think he's definitely getting his head a little bit. But, I mean, I definitely do have some high expectations for Jalen because he's a very good quarterback and his team just won a Super Bowl last year, which is basically my team. So, yeah, I mean, I totally think that they have it. And, yeah, like I said, Monday Night Football was definitely a thriller, more for the Chicago Bears and Washington Commanders, I would say, because that was really good. So, if I do say so myself, I'm happy that the Chicago Bears won and kept the Washington Commanders away. So, that's pretty much it for this part. So now, let's take you to the JLash weather report, coming now. Hello and everybody, welcome to the JLash Weather Center. I'm your chief meteorologist, Jackson Lasher here, and it looks like we are going to have a really nice week in my opinion. We only have a few days that are going to be in the 60s. We only have one day that's going to be in the high 50s. It looks like that's going to be a very sunny day with a low of 42 on Thursday and a high of 59 on Thursday. So, in my opinion, it looks really nice. And today was a high of 67. It's going to be a high of 66 tomorrow. Partly cloudy. After this nor'easter moved through, we are finally starting to get some sunshine. It was a little bit cloudy today, but that is pretty much it. And it looks like one day is going to be up in the 70s, which is going to be sunny with a high of 72 and partly cloudy with 80% chance. Thunderstorms Monday with a high of 61. And in the tropics, we have Tropical Storm Lorenzo is out in the Atlantic. So far, nothing really bad. Just a tropical storm. Doesn't look like it's going to hit anything. So he's just cycling around in the Atlantic. That's pretty much it for your JLash Show weather report. So now back to the JLash Show. Welcome back from the JLash Show weather report. I hope you liked it. So now moving on to the Philadelphia Phillies, of course. They are on their off season. So Very unfortunate. Looks like Rob Thompson's safe for another year, so I guess, and I proved my point, it looks like it is a charity, because now they're just keeping the same guys over and over and over, and they are just not going to do anything about it at this point. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I mean, like, if it's not working out for you, you should just fire the guy. Honestly. Please just fire the guy. That's all I'm asking for. But, like, they just don't want to. And it's very unfortunate. I totally think that they could definitely do without Rob Thompson. He was just a terrible manager who subbed in Nate Castellanos for Harrison Bader. I get it, he was injured, but, like, I at least sub someone else better than Castellanos, because Castellanos and Turner are just the pitch whiffers who just whiff at every pitch, which is very unfortunate. So, I mean, just not much with them. It's very unfortunate. They're going to definitely let a few guys walk this season, because there's like 8 people on let's see. They are on their off season, which means their tenors have ended, which is very good. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Kyle Schwarber's bad because he's a very good player, but he just didn't come up for the postseason. Jordan Romano is good because he just sucked, and it's just it's as simple as that. So I mean, yes, they may not be as good, but they should definitely just can them. And the Flyers, very happy that they won against the Florida Panthers 5-2 at home at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Not much going on with them. I'm just definitely happy that they won. And then not much for the 76ers. I do have some good news about them, though. They're bringing back their, I think it's their 2000-2001 mascot, Hip Hop. So I'm very excited about that, along with their old school jerseys. So that's pretty much about it for that. Now moving on to the Hatter Sports Report on the JLash Show. Welcome to your JLash Hatter Sports Report. I'm your Hatter Sports Report expert, Jackson Lasher. And not really much of the Hatters to report on today. All fall sports are definitely coming to an end at this point, including cross country. So we're going to move on to winter sports like hockey. Heard the hockey schedule came out, so I'm going to take a look at that so that way I can report on that. And then looks like winter track is coming up, so I will definitely report to you on that. So that's pretty much about it for the Hatter Sports Report, and that is pretty much it about the JLash Show Season 2, Episode 7. Inquiries are jackson@thejlashow.com. That's my email. And then jlashow@gmail.com is my company email. And website is thejlashow.com. Look up here. You got all the information that you need. So that's pretty much about it for this episode today. Have a good night, JLash Nation.